Fred McNeil. You're watching QAC TV7, and you're watching one of our favorite shows, Queen Anne's County Up Close. Every week we're at a different location around the county so you can meet the people who run the county and run the departments that serve you. Today we're at Kent Island Library, and this is part 2 of a 2-series tour on your public libraries. Last week we were at the Queen Anne's County Free Library in Centerville. Today we're on Kent Island. And in just a few minutes, John Walden will be joining us. John is the administrator of the libraries. He gave us a tour last week of Centerville, and today we'll be on Kent Island. So we're going to have a good time enjoying this delightful library facility we have right here in Queen Anne's County. Let's continue our tour of the Kent Island Library. We're delighted to have County Library Administrator John Walden with us. John, thank you again for round 2 of this.
No problem, Fred.
I want you to know you're a celebrity in the community already.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Have your glossy photographs ready.
Okay, for autographs, okay.
John, before we start the tour here at Kent Island, you'd asked me if you could share some information you'd like to with the public on our libraries.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that, we're getting ready for our new budget season. In July 1st, we go into a new budget, and I've been doing some calculations, and I just wanted to share with the community what the cost for library services. I think it's probably one of the most reasonable services and cost-wise. So our budget this year is $1.7 million.
And that's both branches.
For both branches. And so when I did a per capita breakdown of that, and we're using state figures, and the population for the county is 48,000 and something based on state figures updated from the 2010 census, it breaks down to about $36 a month, $36 per year per resident.
So that means and talk about bargains here, $36 per resident of the county to use all these wonderful services at both branches.
Per year, and if I broke it down on a monthly basis, we're talking $2.99. I don't think you can buy a gallon of milk for $2.99.
That's one latte without a donut.
Yeah, so I mean, if you just, regardless if you're coming in for just internet use, you're coming in for books, whatever service I think we're a real bargain at $2.99 a month per
under
person.
$3 per person for a whole year. Not a bad deal.
Well, that's per month.
Per month, I'm sorry.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And then, so a family of 4, we're looking at, $12 a month. I mean, you can't take your family out to eat for $12 a month. So I think we're a really efficient service within the county. So I just wanted to share that fact with folks at home.
And what jumps out at me with the way technology is changing, with the computers, and when we went through Centerville, you showed us fax machines where you can use computers. Just to keep up with it's got to be a big expense. So, that's an amazingly small amount of money, right, we're spending per person.
Yeah. What do you think? And one of the other services that's kind of new that we kind of want to get the word out there, we have this service called Printer On. Okay. And it's basically if you're sitting at home or at your office and your printer breaks, you can send a document over the internet to the library. And it comes with a release code, and then you can come in within 72 hours to the library and have the document printed.
So that's happening now?
Yeah, happens now. So, if there's, we do have people that come in and utilize it, but it just wanted to get it out there that if you're at home, a student, or like I said, a business owner, and your printer breaks or runs out of ink and you need to print something, you can send it over the internet. It's right on our website.
I'm only laughing because I know teachers all over the county are cheering. Students are going, "Oh no, I've lost my excuse. The dog ate it, or the printer broke," is the latest one. Right?
Yeah.
That's a real good service.
Yeah, so
it's a terrific service.
The kind of thing that we're out there looking for to provide to the community.
What's the hardest thing, as we talked about when we were up in Centerville, the library, and I guess I said my mom or dad's library. This is a totally different place now. Just on the technology end, and also what you have here, right? Which is amazing.
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's an interesting figure. Less than $3 per month per person, right? That's an amazing figure.
Yeah. So I think we get a lot of bang for our buck.
Oh, definitely.
Library. So I thought I would take you around the corner to the children's room.
I will follow you. We're following you. You can stop it. Yeah. John, this is the children's area here.
Yes, this is the children's room at the Kent Island branch, and this is a very active area and really too small for all the activities that we look to do here for children's services. This is a high demand part of our services down here. So one of the nice things we did, if you look around the room, there are some murals that we had painted on the wall within the last year to kind of give it a little bit more of a whimsical children's feel.
And you want to expand this? That's what we're beginning to say? Yeah?
Yes, the library board and I have been in discussion about, there was a project to expand the library back in, I believe, 1999, or 2009, I'm
Okay.
sorry, about 6 years ago. And then when the economy kind of
Tanked.
on us, that projects got delayed, so we're looking to pick that project back up. And this branch does a little bit more of the library circulation and activity. It's about 55% of our activities here and 45% at the Centerville
And that's
branch.
probably due to population? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the population is much more concentrated down here in this area. And, you know, we do have both libraries, but there's the middle school is right down the street. We have 2 elementary schools.
And they can literally walk her.
Yeah. So we get a lot of, if you were here after 3 o'clock, you'd see a lot of.
You're swamped.
You'll see a lot of kids at the tables, a lot of tutoring going on, that type of thing.
Have you gone as far as drawing plans for an expansion, or was that done?
That's our next step. We did
Okay.
have some plans that were drawn, but we felt that they really didn't meet the needs. So we're looking to redraft those plans
Okay.
and then go to the county and talk about doing that project.
I was going to say, now, it doesn't seem to be as big as area as the one in Centerville, so I think you do
No.
need to expand.
Yeah. It is the busier of the 2 branches for children's services, and this room is much smaller. And so, you know, when we have an activity here and the families come back to this room afterwards, they're just all sitting
It's
on
a
the
tight
floor.
fit.
It's a tight fit. So it's a tough space to work in. So it's quiet right now, but there are times when you can't even.
Imagine on a weekend, you're buzzing.
Yeah, just even a morning. You know, when there's activities, activities are definitely a big draw for us. You know, that brings people in, and then they stay and come in and check out books and do
It's a
those-
busy spot.
yeah.
John, that's before we move on. How about let's do like we did in Centerville? Hours on Ken Island, and I know you're experimenting with a Sunday hours deal.
Yes. So we're open Monday through Thursday from 9 in the morning till 8 in the evening, and then Friday and Saturdays are 9 to 5, and then we're doing that Sunday trial here at the Ken Island.
How's that
branch.
go?
It's going very well.
Okay.
I think every week we're seeing, you know, the numbers become very steady, and so Sundays are open 1 to 4 during. till
And
the
with
end of
full
March.
services, right? Full
Yeah,
services.
everything,
Okay.
you know, internet, computers. Another big thing we've seen on Sundays is just our Wi-Fi. People come
People
in
use
with their own devices. They sit down at the tables and they're doing work. It's home might not be the quietest place to do work, so a lot of people like to come to the library and do what kind of work they need to do.
Is the plan to look at it in March and decide whether to continue or not do it during the warm weather, or
Well, we
that to be
decided
decided?
We decided to do the trial now because as I said, we're in the middle of trying to do our budget for next year. So I thought it would give me some information on which to base a decision. If we were to go forward with it, it would be sometime we would mirror the school year. So we would think about opening like mid-September
Okay.
through maybe May, something like that.
When the
About-
kids would want to use the computers.
Right. When kids and families, we think
Okay.
the summer would not necessarily be the most popular
Sure.
time.
It's
for some of
outdoors
these-
time.
Yeah, it's outdoor, right. We all want to be outside in the summer months.
Two things as I look at it here. One, the lighting like Centerville is magnificent,
Yes.
but also you got a beautiful view out your windows here. I know we shouldn't be looking out the windows in the library, but it's just gorgeous out there.
Yeah, that's one of the nice features of this building is I think both buildings, do well to bring in a lot of natural light and have big windows, and makes the space feel really comfortable.
It's a very nice setting. Now, just make sure I do what I did in Centerville. We have plenty of books, we have magazines, and we have the little computer center and the little activities kids can do too. So you have your choice of, again, books, magazines, the computers. Have I missed anything?
I don't think so. I mean, there's, we like I said to you before, we work in all different formats. Learning takes place in a lot of different formats today. Book is your traditional. We've got the e-book. There's a lot of access to stuff on our website as well. We're almost calling it our virtual branch. There's some of the stuff online that you can have access to almost 24/7, as they say. So there are a lot of services that when the library isn't here, that are available. There's books for children online, a thing called Tumble Books. There's a lot of and the e-books and just access to information. So there's a lot of stuff out there.
Just let it go. Hey, just for the heck of it, who did the murals? They're really nice. You mentioned them earlier.
Yes, Girl with a Brush, Alex Sabo. She's a local artist, and she approached the library and said she'd always wanted to do a mural, and so she did storybook characters because they're not copyrighted, so we didn't have to get permission, and she did a winter, spring, summer and fall kind of around, and then we have Jack and the Beanstalk here in the main
Okay.
part of the library.
She did a very nice
Yes,
job.
I think it makes the room very fun.
Where do you want to take us next, John?
Let's go toward the back.
Okay. Now, John, you have a little special room in the back here. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is unique to this branch. So we don't have one in Centerville, but that's our quiet study room. So people can come in, and there's seating in there and some carols. So we can probably fit 5 to 6 people. And if you're looking for a quieter space to, write a paper or do some research, you can go into that room. So it's a nice space to have because the library is a very active place.
Sure.
So it's nice to have that quiet corner.
And library, you tell me, it seems like the personality of libraries have changed in a lot of ways over the last 30 years, but one of the libraries 50 years ago, nobody spoke. And I could be wrong, you tell me, and now, and it's okay, movie theaters, they talk too. So now we designate a special area.
Yeah, I think the buildings have become more community centers and more active, and so we encourage people to come in and, it's a social place to come and meet your neighbors or your friends, or come and have families get together at story time and that type of thing. So we don't quite have it's not as quiet as maybe it used to be. So
It used to be like a church.
Right. So we want to be able to provide for those that like the quiet space that opportunity to go in there. But it's a very active, bustling place. So
And that's for students too. If kids just want to go in there and memorize and be left alone.
Sure. If you want to just go in there and work quietly,
Okay.
it's a great place to go. And then behind us here are just basically the stack areas, and this is where we keep our, large collection of fiction and nonfiction books. And I think between the two buildings right now, our collection is about 110,000
A lot of books.
items, and that includes videos and music and that type of thing. And then there are also online, probably 12 to 15,000 ebooks that are available with your library card.
Something I saw last time, it's right in front of us. You have guides for travel. I know I can remember when I went to China, I'm ordering over the internet all these, but you've got them here. I see Kenya, I see Croatia, I see Spain. All types of travel guides can help people as they get ready for their summer vacations.
Yeah, we have, that's another thing, a service we offer is we try to keep our travel collection up to date and give people an opportunity to, learn about an area before they head there, and it has maps and updated information, and so that's a collection we do try to, that's still popular, and we try to, and so we're highlighting it there by putting it up on the shelf there.
The great thing that I like about libraries is every time you go, you find something you hadn't seen before.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think we're constantly evolving and, trying to find new ways to deliver information and services to the public.
Okay, where do you want to take us next?
Actually, I will take you back over here.
Okay, we'll stop, George. John, we've got some new technology here, so new for me, what do we got?
Okay, this is what we call our public access catalog. So this shows all our holdings in the library. And so we have a few of these in each building, but this is also, the screen you're looking at is available for people at home. And this basically shows you, it's a very graphic representation.
These are books, and what are these?
Yes,
These are books.
we can go, there's a section here for
I see, okay.
new adult fiction, so you can see books, and it kind of goes back and forth, and then you can pull up more
You
information.
get a book review and everything.
Yeah, so we put these touch screens in, so there is a keyboard and mouse here, but it is all touch-oriented, so if we want to see who had copies, it tells you, there's a copy here at Kent Island, a copy in Centerville, and then if the book's out, there's a button here you can place a
reserve
hold.
it.
You can put a hold on it, you just put in your library card number or PIN number, or you can come up with a easy login, which is just anything you want it to be, and you just put your information in and put it on hold. And
So you don't have to go to the circulation desk. You can come right here
You can come
and pick in the categories. Show me the categories
Sure,
again.
let's go back to results here. So we have new adult fiction, new adult nonfiction, new books on CD, new DVDs and Blu-rays, and then we have picture books, which is for the kids.
For the kids. I think what's great, not only do you find out if the book's here or in Kent Island, but you also get a little review of it, all right? And you can order it or reserve it if you'd like to.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of information. I should go back,
Sure.
just to real quickly show you, but, when you go into one of these books, there's a lot more under this related. There's a lot of information. there's a thing called novelists. So if you like a particular author and you've read everything they have and you're interested, it'll actually show you books by related authors on related topics. There's also reviews if you want to see a review on a particular book.
And where was this when I was doing book reports in junior high?
It's changed a lot. So rather than the
terrific.
traditional card catalog, it's all right here.
Now, one of these in the library, or are there a bunch of them?
There's two for adults, and then we have one in the children's room. That's a children's or graphic one.
It's all touchscreen,
This
and
touchscreen.
anything you've got, you can get some information
Yes,
on.
and it's also got a link from the screen to our Marina, which is the interlibrary loan system of Maryland. So you can go in and put a Marina request, which basically means if we don't have it, you can see if it's a Marina and place a request that way. And again, that's something you can do from home, or you can come in and the staff would be happy to assist you with it. But
I left here the Centerville tour amazed about a lot of things, but the interlibrary loan still. I went on to my Lynn, any book you can get from anywhere, basically.
yeah, and it's not it's mostly we try to do within Maryland, collect within Maryland the book. But if it's not in Maryland, we will go outside the state, and that's a free service that's provided to residents. So whatever your interest might be, and it's a hard to find book, we will.
You've got it.
We most likely can get it for you. It might take a little time. That's the only piece to it. If you're in a hurry, sometimes it might not be the best way to get it. But if you're not in a rush, we can.
I'm sorry, John. Is there a name? What do we call this? Is there
Well, this is our catalog.
a catalog?
Catalog. That's what we it's where lists all the items the library owns.
Very impressive, very impressive. John, you wanted to share something with all the viewers here.
Yeah, I'm just holding up one of our library cards, and I know a lot of people out there, myself included, are probably Amazon users and Amazon Prime, and you can pretty much get anything. But the beauty of this card is there's no bill at the end of the month.
My wife will like that.
Yeah, this is a prepaid, through your taxes, you pay for a library card, and so when you come in and get this, it's so anything you order through us, there's no bill. Any service you want to use. So even if you're a person out there that, for whatever reason, you still like to do your Amazon, I always tell people, they say, well, I'm a slow reader, so I don't like to borrow books from the library. I said, if you
Renew it.
renew it, or you can still buy what you want, but
Sure.
you don't have to buy anything. It's the bestseller. Come in, use this, and
It's a lot less expensive.
Yeah, a lot less expensive. We'll take care of
And
it.
John, you told us last time, and it's worth repeating, anybody wants a library card, just goes to the circulation desk, shows ID, correct? And boom.
Yeah, we prefer driver's license, but if somebody is new to the area and doesn't have their Maryland driver's license, they can bring in a piece of mail or something that shows an address in the county, and that's all you need to get started.
Well, John, thank you for 2 weeks of tours, all right? And we hope
Okay.
to see the libraries on Channel 7 a lot more in the near future.
Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Ray.
Really appreciate it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Well, I'd just like to thank you for spending the day with us as we toured the Ken Island Library here in Queen Anne's County. And remember, each week, Queen Anne's County Up Close will be taking you to meet the people and the places that makes this the great community it is. Thank you for joining us on QAC TV7, and we'll see you next week with Queen Anne's County Up Close.